University, it's time for the main event of the evening, the District 7 AAA Girls Tournament Championship game. And it is a great matchup between the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats and the White County Warriorettes. I'm Noah McKay, back on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined once again by my friend Buddy Pearson. The lovely Madison McKay is producing things for us once again this evening. And we welcome you into the Overton County Anti-Drug Coalition pregame show. Empower their future. Care enough to have the hard talk about the dangers of drugs and alcohol with the teens in your life. Your conversation matters. Tonight's game is presented by our friends at the Overton County Farm Bureau. And, Buddy, this is a collision. Two of the top programs in the state going at it once again. Livingston Academy with a 20-10 record. White County, maybe the best 3A team in the state right now at 28-2. Two teams playing their best basketball right now.
Well, exactly. You've got the hottest team in the district in the Livingston Academy, and you've got the team that has been the most consistent and the best team in the district the entire season. That's White County. And here they are squaring off in the district championship. And this is really a game that neither team has really played in much. It's been a while for both teams since they won a district championship, so this is almost like new territory. We know how good this district is, and for these two teams to finally get to the championship game and to square off against each other, man, it just shows you the level of basketball here in Middle Tennessee, in the Upper Cumberland, and in District 7 AAA.
You mentioned the past for Livingston Academy. They've been so impressive in this tournament. They defeated the 6th seed DeKalb County by 31 points, 59-28 on Friday. That was the DeKalb County team that was hanging with everybody this year. Then they defeated Upperman on Saturday 46-38. They're seeking their second straight trip to the state tournament. They're 20-10. Their district losses, Sparta twice, Upperman twice, and Cumberland County, but Livingston has won 5 of their last 6 ball games. For White County, 28-2. Consistent all year long. Their only losses came against Stone Memorial, which every day looks like a better and better loss.
Sure
back on January 9th, and that great York Institute Dragonettes team on December 21st in the championship game of the Frank's Christmas Shootout. How good has Sparta been this year? They have 24 double-digit victories.
Wow.
They're not only winning games, they are housing teams night in and night out. They have been so good all season long. It starts with their Miss Basketball finalist in Celeste Reed, but it doesn't end there. The trio of sophomore guards, Bella Winningham, Lakeland Grasty, and Gracie Clark, to go along with Celeste Reed, and of course the big 6'3" Ava Jones. They have been the top dogs in this district, but right now Livingston wants to take their best shot at them.
Well, White County's won 10 in a row. They beat this LA team 56-44 and 54-49. No double-digit wins against LA this season. And that just tells you how close these two games have already been. White County lost to L.A. in last year's semifinals, 62-52. They beat L.A. in the 2022 semifinals, 54-50. They're used to playing each other in the district tournament, just not for the district championship. Sparta looking for its first district championship since 2020 when they beat Ray County in 6 AAA. Livingston looking for its first district championship since 2017. It came right here in the Eblin Center. They beat Smith County in District 8 AA and then lost to Upperman in the semis.
Livingston possesses the tip there in blue. Sparta's in white. White County, the home team on the scoreboard. Starters for Livingston: Mally Carwile, Keely Mullins, Chloe Jenkins, Mally Jean Coleman, and Ellie Butler. For White County, Ava Jones, Bella Winningham, Gracie Clark, Lakeland Grasty, and Celeste Reed. Buckle your seatbelts. We hope you got some caffeine in you. We do, for a late night tip-off, 9 p.m. Central Time at the Hoop. And we're off and rolling as Livingston has the opening tip. Mally Jean Coleman sends off. Battle of two superstars in this state. Celeste Reed, probably going to be your Miss Basketball, as Mullins runs right into her, loses handle, and gives off to somebody who should have been a finalist, Ellie Butler. No good on her attempt. Rebound down to Reed, and Celeste Reed showing the handles into the half court, averaging a double-double a night. Triggers the three and buried it. Welcome to the hoop. Celeste Reed with a Domino's 3.
Wow, that's just confidence right there. You are breeding confidence when you dribble the ball up, first possession, and you stop and pop a 3.
Now Mally Jean Coleman feeds across to Chloe Jenkins, swiped from behind by Grasty, and it was last touched by Livingston. Goes back to White County. White County had a slow start against Stone. 8 days off. After that, they look like they did in the regular season, had a great performance there. Livingston knows they got to bring their A game against who right now, if you take a poll around this state, is the favorite in this class, as Jones is called for the charge. Legal guarding position in there for Chloe Jenkins, and Ava Jones called for the personal.
I tell you, Chloe Jenkins really played some good minutes against Upperman. She She didn't score a whole lot, but she had some key baskets. She had some nice defense, big rebounds, and right there taking a charge. She can do all the little things.
She did get to that spot. Got to see a little delayed on the replay. Slid in just in time as Carlisle has it in the half court here for Livingston in a 3-0 ball game. First person on Ava Jones. It's a big one. Ava Jones, they don't need her to get in foul trouble early, and you pick up an offensive foul, limits you a little bit on the other end. Here's Ellie Butler. She's been the MVP of the tournament so far. Kicks off left side, Keely Mullins. You could also say that could be in part because Celeste Reed only has one game, but Keely Mullins takes it around for two.
Well, Ellie Butler, I mean, she had 28 points against DeKalb County. She had 20 points against Upperman, 48 points, 2 games. Yeah, she's looking like an MVP, but usually your team's got to win in order to do that.
Yeah, Celeste Reed or Ellie Butler is probably going to be the MVP of this tournament. Depends on what happens in this game. Winningham able to tiptoe it in, finds Grasty. That one's up. But Ava Jones, because she's so tall, able to keep it in. Gets inside, no good. Tips the rebound to herself, and we got a foul. And it's going to go on Ava Jones.
Over the back.
It's over the back, and it's her second in the opening 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Wow.
And she had the height, but did bump into the back there, buddy.
She did. I mean, you can't come over the top. If you go straight up, that's one thing. But if you lean over, if you go over the top to get the rebound, they're usually going to call you for that.
Yeah, that back to front contact, that's really what's going to get it for you. If you go straight up and there's some of that, you're okay. But
that's huge. Two fouls.
2 fouls on Ava Jones. She's subbed out as Butler saves it into Jenkins, and we got a whistle and a stoppage. And sweat on, or a spill on the floor. Looks like a Gatorade bottle or something spilt there, so we'll get the... We have a mop somewhere for Tennessee Tech here to get that thing real quick.
Where's the mopper? Yeah, usually it's under the basket. I see the mop back there, but there's no...
Somebody grab it.
Yeah. Nobody manning the mop.
So that's going to put a lot of emphasis on Piper Price. Sparta with no shortage of bigs, but Price coming off the bench, typically that 6th, 7th man, getting big minutes early as Ava Jones has 2 fouls.
That's huge. And you know, Ava Jones, I mean, she does so many things. We've talked about her being the complete player with her size. She can shoot the three. She's got a nice touch. She can shoot free throws. She swats the ball. She plays great defense. She is a good passer. Like her head is on a swivel. It's always looking. Just an outstanding player. And I tell you, Kim Rosamond, the head coach at Tennessee Tech, of course, these games are being played on her home court. She's here tonight. And I really hope that she looks that she was here that first game and this game, because there's probably 3 or 4 girls, maybe more, that I feel like could probably wear the purple and gold. You take the all-star team from District 7 AA and you put them in a purple and gold, and I guarantee you, and I'll call it right now, you win the OVC, because these girls know how to win. They know how to play fundamental basketball.
No question. There's a travel as Mally Jean Coleman shuffled the feet as she backed down the defender. Possession back the other way with 5:31 to go in the first quarter. 3-2 our score. Sparta on top of Livingston. It was the early 3 for Celeste Reed, the only offense so far, as Gracie Clark finds Lakeland Grasty. Grasty now playing with a brace on her right hand. Left early in the game against Stone. Came back in, taped up. Now got a little more support there. As now firing it in as
nice
Bella
pass.
Winningham in the lane of the trees. Puts it up, no. Rebound tipped around. It comes down to Mally Jean Coleman. And here's the point guard pushing it with tempo. Coleman drives, puts it up, and the foul.
Yeah, great job. Man, she grabbed the rebound. She was off to the races. She draws the foul. And you can just tell Mally Jean Coleman, she's one of those players that does a lot of the little things. She can also hit the three, plays great defense. I mean, she's the floor general when she's got the basketball in her hand.
First one called that time against Lakeland Grasty as Mally Jean Coleman sets up at the Birdies Lounge free throw line. The first one is no good. Late start time. Tennessee Tech's men practiced before.
Well, let me just say that I had coffee, I had a nap, and I'm drinking a Diet Mountain Dew because it's past my bedtime. So
I got the Pepsi Zero.
Yeah.
We got the caffeine.
Need the caffeine to stay awake tonight.
Full court press here for Livingston as Coleman made the second, and we're tied up at 3.
This was for our West Coast viewers.
We got a few. His turnaround shot inside, no. Especially for Stone, got a bunch. And Reed is fouled. Just muscles her way in. Mitchell averaging a double-double. Buddy, over 6 offensive boards a night for Celeste Reed. And this one's going to go on 14, Keely Mullins. And a trip to the Wallace Insurance free throw line to shoot 2 upcoming here for Celeste Reed.
And if you're a college coach, how do you not love the aggressiveness of Celeste Reed to crash the boards, to not just be able to shoot the basketball, but to go get your own shot or to box out and create more chances for your teammates by getting offensive rebounds.
Second one, 0 for 2 at the line, but
Gracie
inside,
Clark.
Gracie Clark with a turnaround putback.
Had 12 points against Stone. 3 White County players in double figures in that semifinal game against Stone. Clark with 12, Ava Jones with 17, Celeste Reed with 15.
Mullins drives inside. It's swiped by Winningham on her way up. Price with the board. Here comes Sparta, the top team, pushing it in transition. Clark spins it in the teeth of the defense. Coleman got a hand on it.
Yeah.
Knocked out a play. It's going to stay on that end with Sparta. 4:31 to go in the first.
Well, I thought that was a great defensive play by Mally Jean Coleman there, grabbing the basketball on that spin without creating a foul.
You can see the last week, the experience Livingston got last year, I think, has clicked in. They've hit another level of focus. They're playing with it tonight. Will that be enough to knock off this loaded Sparta team? We'll have to wait and see, but they've risen to the occasion so far in this tournament. Bella Winningham wide open. The sharpshooter, no. Rebound down, Mally Carlisle. Carlisle works it ahead. She sends it to Ellie Butler. Still looking to get it rolling as Butler, scoreless so far, as Mally Jean Coleman has it. She's had fast starts in both games in this tournament. Flip pass for Coleman. She's tipped away, but she's able to run it down in the corner. Now Coleman cycles through and runs into a brick wall, also known as Celeste Reed. Butler got it. Put back, no. Another chance for Butler is good.
Ellie Butler, another one of those players that's really good at getting an offensive rebound, kind of cleaning up those misses, getting those points.
Grasty bumped on the way up, and she finished it. Lakeland Grasty with a tough finish, 7-5, and you can feel the intensity down here on the floor in a district championship game. Working it around. Butler steps through, finger roll, good.
Tell me that's not a move right there. I mean, splitting the defenders and then using that right hand just to lay it off the glass with some touch.
Ellie Butler showing off inside, and we're tied up at 7. Left side, Bella Winningham. Not the biggest crowd in the world. That's a great feed from Winningham inside to Price for 2.
What a pass.
I was saying, not the biggest crowd in the world. They're into it. That 9 o'clock start time, I think, has hampered it a little bit. Mally Jean Coleman with it in the half court. It's a split crowd online, and we have already hit the biggest crowd of the season so far watching. We can rapidly approach that 1,000 devices mark if you keep hitting share and like the stream, comment along with us. Chloe Jenkins, punch from her, looking for Butler. See that high-pressure man-to-man of Sparta, so good with their length.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to stand there and hold the ball for very long, especially if Celeste Reed is guarding you.
Now driving it is Keely Mullins. Finger rolls it up and in.
Boy, what a great job. Chloe Jenkins moved over to the right side, took Celeste Reed out of that paint, and that way Keely Mullins was able to drive in without anybody else except her defender guarding.
Mally Jean Coleman tried to reach her hand in the cookie jar there, looking for the steal, got called for the personal. That's her first, team second against the Lady Cats. 9-9 our score with 2:23 to go in the first quarter. So glad this district pairing has been set as Sparta's. It's just so natural for White County to be amongst this group of schools. As Piper Price has it, sends over to Clark now into the corner. There's Winningham back over. Clark finds Grasty. Lakeland Grasty eyes up to Celeste Reed. Tries to flip it inside, and it's out of play off the mark. They'll say it wasn't tipped, so it goes to Livingston with 2:10 to go.
Still a good look. And I think that's one of the things that kind of maybe goes unrecognized by a lot of coaches is the fact that Celeste Reed is a good passer.
No doubt.
I mean, she passes the ball. She don't just score, and she doesn't just rebound. She can pass the ball very well, too.
Keely Mullins can shoot it, and she reigns in the Twin Lakes Tractor 3. Keely Mullins from downtown gives Hawkeye the lead. Now here's Reed on the other end, steps into a triple. That one's no good. Rebound down, Gracie Clark up and under with the finish.
Kind of a reverse layup under the basket. And Clark, she just has a knack for finding the basketball and just being right there and creating shots.
We're live on the YouTube channel, Facebook page, and the NFHS network. No shortage of places to watch tonight. We're about to be the only show in town as Ellie Butler steps through off the glass for 2. We got a high-level basketball game going down right now on this floor.
It's a highlight reel every trip down the floor.
Celeste Reed now with a ton of speed into your living room is swiped by Mally Jean Coleman. She takes it away. Full court feed ahead to Butler. One-on-one with Clark. Spins it over to Mullins. Mid-range jumper, no. Rebound down. Celeste Reed muscles it away. Now Reed with her eyes up. She floats it for Clark. You can see them giving it everything they got as Clark fires it low. Reed with it. Power dribble. Finger roll, no. Rebound tipped up. Clark with it. Up and under, no. Rebound down to Coleman. 50 seconds to go.
Officials letting them play a little bit.
They absolutely are.
They are letting them play.
Coleman with it. 14-11. Works it left side. Handoff Ellie Butler from downtown. No good. Rebound tipped. Mally Carwile has it. Inside steps through. No. Butler there. Reed with the tip to herself. Finds Winningham. Bella Winningham. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Fires it across. Shot up and good. Gracie Clark finishes in transition. And that was almost the slowest play we've seen in the past few minutes. 14 seconds to go here for Mally Jean Coleman and company. They lead by 1.
Going to go ahead and sit the pick. Somebody's going to have to go ahead and get a shot off.
5 seconds. Jenkins drives and kicks. Mally Carwile shot fake. This would count. No good. And we will catch our breath after a tremendous first quarter here in this district title game. After 1, it's Livingston 14, Sparta 13. You're watching coverage of the District 7 AAA Tournament Championship game presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau, the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookville, Delicious Pan and hand toss pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
If your popcorn isn't already ready, I don't know what you're doing tonight. It's 14-13. Livingston leads Sparta after a great back-and-forth first quarter. Keely Mullins with 7 points pacing the way. She had a big performance in the first meeting in Livingston as they give right side here. Sparta with the basketball. Lakeland Grasty fires in for Ava Jones. Picked up 2 quick fouls, and she immediately puts it in for her first points.
That's right. They feed her the basketball. Nice turnaround move. Lays it off the glass.
Coleman gives left side to Mullins. Thought about the logo 3. Instead puts the dribble down. Back off left side for Carwile. We hit a frenetic pace in the final couple of minutes. That's going to be tough to replicate for 32 minutes tonight.
That was exciting.
Mally Jean Coleman with it in the half court. She works it over left side. Coleman. Now Mullins. Keely Mullins drives. Throws up the runner and got it. Keely Mullins feeling it early on in the Hooper Evelyn Center.
Little stop and pop. Little floater with the right hand. Didn't even put the left hand up there to guide it.
Gracie Clark in the mid-range, kicks for Grasty. Celeste Reed got a 1-minute breather. She's back at the table. Here's Jones stepping through too strong. Winningham with a weak side rebound. Fires out to Clark. Now Grasty. Livingston settling into their patented zone defense. And we're going to have a foul called. This is going to be a trip for Grasty to the Wallace Insurance free throw line to shoot 2.
That was a nice move by Grasty. Thought she may have tried to penetrate a little too far against the double team there, but still drew the foul. Going to pick up a couple of free throws.
First one is good for Grasty. As Ashlyn Selby, the freshman, checks in alongside Celeste Reed.
What a great pair of sophomore guards that Coach Dodgen's got in Gracie Clark and Lakeland Grasty.
And you throw Bella Winningham, who could shoot the lights out in there as well.
Absolutely.
Ashlyn Selby, the big, they're loaded. Livingston loaded. It's why we have great games like this in this district. Keely Mullins wide open from downtown, no good. Hawkeye would have lost its mind over on the far side of the arena. Instead, here comes Celeste Reed in a tie game. Reed eyes up the whole way, finds Winningham.
Yeah.
Now Reed inside. Second personal coming here on Mally Jean Coleman, so she'll have to be very careful. They need their point guard on the floor, buddy.
Well, they do, and you know, I think that's a matchup they want. If Mally Jean Coleman is trying to guard Celeste Reed in the post, that's not probably going to go very well for Livingston. So when you see that matchup, you're going to see Celeste Reed getting the basketball.
And Sparta, Coach Dodgen going to his big lineup with all 3 post in the game. This one poked away, though. Keely Mullins knocked it to Butler. Here they come. Emma posted into the game. She finds Mally Jean Coleman. Nice backdoor feed to Daly. Mila Daly back to Coleman. Left side Mullins. Mullins puts the dribble down, gets inside. The runner is good. Keely Mullins into double figures already. She's got 11.
Yeah, had 14, and that went over Upperman. Boy, she has such control with her right hand that she floats and just flicks the wrist. Beautiful shot.
Selby tic-tac-toe to Jones. Good and one. Ava Jones with the finish. The foul going to be called here on Emma Poston, and Jones will go to the Wallace Insurance free throw line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Well, I think you can tell Coach Dodgen's game plan now is work it inside, draw some fouls, or get some easy baskets.
Yeah, that's where Sparta towers over really everybody in the class as Jones makes the free throw back to a one-point game as we seesaw back and forth here. The teams jockey for momentum in this championship game. Coleman sends right side to Mila Daly. Butler trying to post up inside, facing off against a player who, one of the best defenders in the area, and Gracie Clark.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun matchup to watch tonight. Clark typically picks up the other team's top scorer, and there's Butler flashing off a screen. Clark does pick her up. Butler backs her down. Great turning through. That one no good. Ellie Butler nearly had it, and Celeste Reed with the rebound, and everybody behind us is yelling as Grasty drives inside and finishes. Lakeland Grasty for two. And Sparta on a little bit of a run here. Quickly ahead, here's Ellie Butler. Butler drives and kicks Mila Daly. She triggers the three, no good. Rebound down, Celeste Reed working on another double-double. Reed dribbling up herself. Celeste Reed, coast to coast over to Clark. Mid-range jumper, got it, and it's timeout time
it's
by Leslie Riddle.
Wow. White County running in transition, getting the rebounds at the other end on the defensive end, running the floor. And, boy, when you get White County going in transition, I mean, they are lethal. They can make baskets so many different ways, whether it's driving, whether it's kicking it out, whatever. Mike Dodge's team now has overcome. It was a 16-16 now on a little 5-2 run.
And they're up now by
7-2,
5 and a timeout called here by Coach Riddle. We've seen this from Sparta from time to time this season where they get on these runs and a close game gets a little bit lopsided in a hurry. Livingston wants to quell it immediately here. Between Facebook and YouTube, we're over 1,000 devices watching this game already. Continue to hit like on whether you're watching either place. Share the stream and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching us on the NFHS network, we welcome you in as well.
Absolutely.
They got a nice app there on some smart TV. So you got your option of where you want to watch this game tonight. By the way, Cookeville trailed early against Lebanon, but they've come back. The Lady Cavaliers win the District 7 4A title tonight, and that's 51-36. Nobody watching this stream agrees with you as a fan of Livingston or a fan of Sparta, by the way, buddy, just so you know.
Can't help that.
It's 23-18.
Where do you live? Where we at, man? We're in Cookeville.
I want them all to win state championships. That's good for UCR. Allie Jean Coleman going to bring it up out of the timeout. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on a late night on Monday. Mally Jean Coleman bounces it over right side. Drive and kick back left for Mila Daly. Daly surveys the floor. We'll do it again tomorrow night, starting with Sparta against Stone Memorial. We'll round out the night with a championship game between Livingston and Upperman. Coleman slips on a little slick spot. Able to keep her dribble, though, as Butler kicks out right side. Chloe Jenkins. That was intercepted.
Ava Jones.
Ava Jones picks it off, and now muscles through the defense, ahead to Gracie Clark. Clark, reverse feed for Lakeland Grasty, puts the dribble down. Grasty inside, Reed up and under, no good. Rebound tipped, Ava Jones, and a foul is called. Ellie Butler going to be called for the personal as Ava Jones got inside and was just too much with that long wingspan.
Well, I thought Reed made a great shot. I mean, she kind of behind the goal, she threw it up, and then Ava Jones just crashes the boards. And when she's, like you said, puts that wingspan up, when she extends those long arms, there's nobody on the floor that can reach as high as she can.
First free throw good for Jones. Pickett County, the Lady Bobcats win their district tonight, 7 single A, 69-57 over rival Clay County. A good game there. So we're the last show in town. Buckle your seatbelts as Ava Jones goes 2 for 2, and a big possession here for Livingston as all of a sudden Sparta has stretched a 7-point lead. Jenkins inside blocked. Ava Jones again with the swat. She's starting to make her impact felt. Missed the first quarter with 2 fouls. Here's Grasty, mid-range pull-up jumper, no. Rebound down, fought for. Coleman had to dribble on her way down and allowed Reed to take it. Right side, Selby for 3, no. Wide open is Grasty with the putback, and it's good.
Boy, the guards crash the boards. Everybody, it seems like, on that White County team crashes the boards. They all know how to rebound.
Hallie Jean Coleman with it. Coleman. Back to the top. By the way, I was joking when I said nobody was happy with what you said. This is Coleman. Triggers the 3 from the top of the key. No. Livingston's cooled off. Fight for the rebound. Sparta wins it, and Celeste Reed brings it ahead. Sends it right side. Selby. Reverse feed for Grasty, who is fouled, and this is a big one. It's the third on Mally
Jean
Jean Coleman. So she's going to be forced out here with 3:10 to go in the second. And Lakeland Grasty's going to the Wallace Insurance free throw line to shoot 2. And White County is quickly on the doorstep of a double-digit lead.
Absolutely. Look, man, I got 3 Cookville graduates in my household. I got to say that.
There you go.
I got a wife and 2 kids who
there's
graduated
no question
from Cookville
about
High.
it. When our teams face teams from outside of the Upper Cumberland, we
Oh.
know what it is.
Yeah.
It is go time for the UC. As
It
Cookville
is.
gets it done. Grasty goes 2 for 2, and it's an 11-point Sparta lead.
Wow.
Livingston in a little bit of danger right now. They got to be careful. 3 to go in the second. Posted. Works it over left side. Now fires for Mullins. Keely Mullins has been the kickstarter of the offense so far for
She
Hawkeye.
has.
Back to Jenkins. Ellie Butler has had Gracie Clark in her grill all day. Butler drives and kicks for Mullins. Mullins with a shot fake, mid-range pull-up from the elbow, in and out, no. Rebound tipped out, it'll stay with L.A.
Yeah, they're really collapsing on Ellie Butler whenever she gets the basketball. Gracie Clark is doing a great job of handling her one-on-one, but they're also bringing some help over and eliminating the drive because, Ellie Butler, 90% of her game is driving to the basket, and they're taking that away from her.
Mullins off the inbound, good for 2. Keely Mullins keeping Livingston afloat right now. She's got 6 points in the quarter, 13 in the game. 2.5 to go in the second. Here's the freshman Kyra Fox into the game. Now inside, Clark with a mid-range jumper. No, Ava Jones tipped the rebound down, but Mullins goes in there and grabs it. Here's Keely Mullins pushing it in transition. Mullins slowed up. Fox steps out to her, looking for Butler. There goes Ellie Butler, mid-range pull-up.
There
Good
it
and
is.
1. Yeah. Tough take for Ellie Butler. She goes to the
She's
line.
earning her points tonight, but great job by Ava Jones at the other end of the floor. She started to reach in there, but you could tell that she backed off. She didn't want to pick up that third foul. Smart play by Ava Jones, and Michael Dodgen recognizes that with a nice lead right here. Takes her out here toward the end of the second quarter, not allowing her to get that third foul.
Free throw is no good. 7-point game here. Both teams struggling just a little bit at the line here in this title fight. Maybe not the last time we see this matchup this year, depending on how this region tournament comes up. They'll be on the other side of the bracket no matter what happens. So next time they could see each other would be in a hypothetical region championship game. They have to get through not only 8 AAA, but potentially another 7 AAA team, which is what we found out in this tournament. What we already knew.
Yeah.
Not easy. Clark sends to Winningham in the corner. Bella Winningham dribbles inside. Winningham fires it across and right into Ellie Butler. Now, Poston in the half court. Winningham steps towards her. Poston tripped up and went down to the ground, and now it's going to be a tie-up and a jump. The arrow belongs to Livingston, and I think Winningham just kind of surprised Poston a little bit stepping in.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play. I mean, you had the opportunity to try and get a jump ball, and she did.
So the arrow stays this way, 1:23 to go as Butler inbounds it, looking for the give and go. She steps back, triggers the 3, no, too strong. Reed goes up for another rebound. Celeste Reed on the doorstep of a first half double-double, but firing from behind was Chloe Jenkins as she pokes it away.
Great hustle by Chloe Jenkins.
And here's Mullins. We near 60 seconds to go in the second quarter. Livingston has withstood an early onslaught pushed by Sparta. The question is, can they get back into it further as Winningham again swipes it? Can't quite save it in, so it stays with Livingston.
Well, we have seen some great defense. I mean, just great plays, individual efforts. I mean, that's what you see from 2 great programs, 2 teams vying for a district championship.
Inbound goes to Jenkins. And there's a foul as Reed got in there and definitely bumped. And Celeste Reed called for her first personal. Team second, and a big cheer goes up. A little sarcasm perhaps from the Hawkeye faithful. There is a discrepancy up there. 2 so far called against Sparta, 5 against Livingston. That'll typically get the crowd invested as Poston starts to drive. Now kicks to Carwile, slipped up. There's a slick spot right there on that floor.
There is.
And there's a jump ball. The arrow goes the other way. We've seen a couple of different Lady Cats slip in that spot.
Yeah, if I'm a coach, I would draw that to the officials' attention, have somebody come out, bring the mop, because we've seen a couple of people
we saw Mally
slip.
Jean Coleman slip in that spot earlier
Same
on.
thing.
42 seconds to go as time ticks down here in the first half. Grasty with the ball in the lead. Right side for Clark. Clark reverses floor for Bella Winningham. Back over. There's Gracie Clark. Power dribble in. Now fires it for Jones. It's blocked out of play. It'll stay on this end with White County.
Is that Butler that blocked it?
It sure was. Baseline inbound coming from Grasty. She fires it in underneath, and now a foul's going to be called on the way up. Gracie Clark going to go to the Wallace Insurance free throw line to shoot 2. And this one goes on Ellie Butler, so that's going to be her second. Big one there, as Mally Jean Coleman already at the bench with 3. Ellie Butler has 2. And Ava Jones has played this entire quarter for the most part. It hasn't picked up another one after picking up 2 early ones.
Yeah, now she's going to have a seat here in this last 25 seconds so she doesn't pick up number 3.
Clark's first one is good. She can hit double figures if she makes this one. Fires it away, and she does just that. 2 for 2.
So she stepped over the line.
Never mind. So wipe that one off the board. As lane violation is the call. Back to an 8-point game. 25 seconds to go. Poston with it. Winningham getting up there defensively. Now fires for Ellie Butler. Butler works off a screen. Drives into the teeth. Back out Carlisle. 13 seconds as Jenkins has it blocked out of play. Lakeland Grasty with the swat. The Sparta faithful playing a little trick. They started counting down early. There's still 9 seconds to go in the half.
Well, I'll tell you, Grasty did a great job of seeing that Jenkins was wide open under the basket.
And a moving screen going to be the call here.
And
it's on Ellie Butler. It is her third. So 3 on Butler, 3 on Coleman. And that's big trouble for Hawkeye as Daly has to check in. And so the early foul trouble against Sparta has flipped and now affecting Livingston, and Coach Riddle is about to get one. She has given everything she's gotten, then some. Got to be careful now. 7 seconds. Now fires into the corner, Winningham for 3. Got it, Bella Winningham with a dominoes 3. And that is a huge momentum shift into the halftime locker room as Livingston trails by 11. Bella Winningham splashes in the corner 3. And wow, indeed, as there's some intensity in this gym, in this District 7 AAA championship game. After 2, it's White County 33, Livingston 22. You're watching coverage presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture-taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and blanks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, White County leads Livingston 33-22. A huge momentum swing there, Buddy Pearson. Sparta had a great second quarter.
Yeah.
Livingston answered with a big bucket or two, and then Ellie Butler picks up her second and third fouls to join Mally Jean Coleman with 3 fouls. And immediately after, as Leslie Riddle is lighting up the official, Bella Winningham rains in a 3 to just pour salt in the wound on the way into the break. But that really flipped every ounce of momentum right now into the Sparta locker room in this district title game.
Well, there's a couple of key things I think that happened in that first half. Mally Jean Coleman picking up her fouls and having to go out. That really allowed Gracie Clark, Lakeland Grasty, 2 guards for White County to kind of have their way. And then the other thing was the Ava Jones factor. She picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. Then all of a sudden, Ava Jones comes back in the second quarter, and she changes the complexity of the game. When she's in the game, she changes everything because it's hard for Livingston to drive in. She's there to block shots. She's getting rebounds. She's making baskets. She's drawing fouls. She's hitting free throws. To me, her picking up those 2 fouls, that allowed Livingston to kind of be close there at the beginning, and then with Mally Jean Coleman being out, and then when Ava Jones came back in and Ellie Butler picked up those fouls. Fouls are really dictating kind of how this game is going right now.
There's a lot of people commenting. They're watching from their comforts of their own bed tonight.
Of course they are, because it's 9:35. It's past my bedtime. I'd be there too.
It is a late night, and we're happy that we're able to bring this one to you
They're
tonight.
in their jammies. They're sitting there with their popcorn, laying in bed, laying on the couch with a blanket.
Looking at the fouls, because it's the comments of the comment section, of course.
Yeah.
In that first half, by my count, and I miss one or two every once in a while.
Sure.
4 fouls were called against Sparta, 8 against Livingston Academy. The big ones, though, and it originally was hurting Sparta. 2 quick ones in the opening 2 minutes against Ava Jones.
Right.
But the 3 on Mally Jean Coleman and the 3 on Ellie Butler is what makes it feel really ominous right now if you're Livingston Academy, because those are your top, arguably your 2 top players, and maybe your 2 most important within this particular matchup tonight, both in major foul trouble. And it's also going to be a target sign for White County early on in this second half to go right at those 2.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I would not want to be an official in this game because these 2 teams are aggressive, they're physical, and sometimes it's hard to discern what's a foul, what's not a foul, just because of good aggressive play. I don't ever want to, tag somebody with a foul for playing good aggressive defense or being aggressive going after a rebound. I mean, those are things that you're taught, but at the same time, you have to call some fouls to kind of get the game under control, and it just so happens that more fouls are being called on Livingston than they are Sparta. I'm not going to say the officials are doing good or doing bad. That's not up to me, but I know that it is dictating, though, what's happening. I mean, I know
wow,
it's
you've changed. Wow.
Well,
you're growing
because
wiser.
Jeremy's doing the game. That's why I don't want to say anything about him. But fouls are having an effect of this game, because when you see Mally Jean Coleman
no doubt.
and Ellie Butler get 3 fouls apiece, that's a factor. So fouls, yes, are a factor in this basketball game.
And it's going to be very interesting to see how this quarter goes, because Livingston's going to have to ratchet up the intensity on defense, trying to get back in the basketball game, trailing by 11.
I mean, you're down 11, and so what are you going to do? You're going to try and play Celeste Reed harder. You're going to try and play Ava Jones harder. I mean, come on. I mean, if you start playing aggressive against them, you're going to put them at the free throw line.
We'll check on the score of Marshall County and Lawrence County tonight. The winner of this game faces the loser of that game. That'll be the 4 seed out of that district, 8 AAA. And if you know the score, let us know in the comment section. I know somebody commented earlier, and I apologize that I missed it. This is going to be a quick turnover here. Firing in for Mullins, just couldn't quite get it, and possession back to White County.
Yeah, not how you want to come out of the locker room here in the third quarter, down 11.
Noah Weddingham with it. We mentioned so far this year, 2 single-digit victories for Sparta over Livingston, but on the year, at their 28 victories, 24 have been by double digits. There's a block on the other end. Here comes Ellie Butler with pace. Butler Euros through off the glass and good.
Yeah, that Livingston Academy needs more of that. That was just all Ellie Butler from the start, the block, the rebound, and then going coast to coast.
Left side here is Bella Whittingham with it in the half court for White County. Livingston looks like they're going to play matchup defense as the 3 is up too strong, but Celeste Reed so big inside. The putback, no. Ava Jones got it. Another putback and a foul.
Yeah. Is that Mally Jean Coleman?
No, she was, I think we're out of the area on that one.
Okay.
And I didn't quite get who that was on, but it's not a big groan, so I don't think it's going against either Coleman or Butler.
Yeah. But again,
20. It could be Chloe Jenkins called for. That'd be her first, and subbing out of the game.
That's Jenkins.
Is going to be Jenkins. Cora Copeland gets her first minutes tonight.
But see, you're in foul trouble. Celeste Reed gets a rebound. She puts a shot up. Ava Jones gets the rebound. What are you going to do? You foul her so you don't give her the easy basket. I mean,
she goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, it's a no-win situation.
And it's going to be stolen by Gracie Clark. Went right to Lakeland Grasty, and now here they come in transition with speed. Grasty fires left side for Winningham. Winningham looking baseline Jones. Back to Winningham. In rhythm 4-3. No good. Long rebound. Grabbed by Carwile. She's double teamed. Tries to muscle through. It's a tie up and a foul. Winningham going to be called for the foul. That'll be her first, team's first. 6:47 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach Dodgy was wanting a traveling call, but that was a good, she got fouled. That was a good call by Jeremy Tollison.
He's going to love you mentioning his name. Coleman brings it across the timeline.
He's awesome. He looked good doing it, too, remember?
Yeah, there you go. Yes, exactly. Mullins has it. Mullins, baseline drive inside, finger roll. Couldn't get it quick to fall through. Rebound down and a chance for Celeste Reed as she pushes it the other way. Reed calls out a play as she gives it to Grasty. Clark wanted it on that low block, but Grasty going to possess it instead. Now, there she goes. Lakeland Grasty, right-handed runner, no good. Rebound, Keely Mullins fighting with Reed and able to muscle it away.
Yeah, you can't just let her drive in with nobody sliding over, nobody. I mean, it's almost like she had a free shot, a free lane to the basket that she pulled up for a short jumper.
Coleman over to Mullins. Mullins thought about lining up the deep one. Instead, tries to spin through, up and under, and a foul. And it's a big one. Celeste Reed called for her second.
Okay.
A trip to the line to shoot two at the Birdies Lounge free throw line for Keely Mullins.
Well, no matter who they call a foul on right now, the other side's going to groan and complain. So, you just nobody's going to be
championship game.
Yeah.
As the first free throw up and away for Keely Mullins is no good, and that's an area that Livingston struggled at tonight at the charity stripe. They have made just one free throw in the game. Haven't shot a bunch, but haven't made the most of their opportunities.
Well, if you're going to mount a comeback, you've got to be able to score with the clock stopped. You've got to make your free throws.
Keely Mullins has 14 points tonight as she makes the second.
Been outstanding.
It's well over half the points for Livingston so far come from number 14 in blue and white. Grasty sends it over left side. Celeste Reed, corner three, and she got it. Inside and out. Celeste Reed with a Domino's three.
She started the game by getting the first possession, coming down and popping from the top of the key.
How about this one? Her only points tonight have been behind the arc. She's got 6 points, and Sparta leads by 13. Driving in, Carwile runs into Reed, and Carwile is down and injured. And it's going to be Clark on the other end, shot up and no good. Jones with the putback, and now they're going to stop, and she's in a lot of pain as Jones makes the free throw, but Mally Carwile and Mr. Crane, one of the best trainers in the business, goes out to look at her. We'll take a quick break while she's tended to, and we'll be back in a few moments. Mally Carwile being looked at by the trainer and her head coach. Don't go anywhere.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Welcome back, 40-25. Mally Carwile, good to see. She's back and on her feet, and appears the pain level coming down just a little bit. She's going to get looked at by the trainers, though, as Mally Jean Coleman fires it across, driving in, shot and a foul. Celeste Reed picks up her third, and this is going to be Cora Copeland to the line. So now 3 major players, Coleman, Butler, and Reed, all have 3 personal fouls. Wow. Cora Copeland to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2. We've got a lively comment section tonight, and it's been good so far. Fairly respectful. Keep that going. Another missed free throw, though, for Livingston Academy as they trail by 15.
Yeah. Cora Copeland, nice job coming in and trying to make something happen off the bench. Good spark there for Livingston.
The next one is good. We've got a gigantic crowd on YouTube as well. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. We've added several already during the stream. On Facebook, if you haven't liked the page, you're one of the 40,000 people who haven't done it yet, so you want to join that train.
Yeah, go ahead and do that now.
As Clark loses her footing and fires it out of play, it goes back to Livingston in a 14-point game. Mila Daly to the table. She's checking in here for Emma Poston.
You don't see Gracie Clark make too many mistakes. That's one of the things she does well is she protects the basketball, but that time she was kind of off balance, tried to get it to Reed, just threw it out of bounds. Just one of those uncharacteristic turnovers that we see from her.
Coleman with it. She fires left side for Daly. Now bounces in for Keely Mullins with Grasty. Butler, and now foul from behind as Gracie Clark tried to get over the top just a little bit there.
Wow.
Clark picks up her first, and that's the team's 4th. So Livingston, if you're trying to get back in a game, they may be about to shoot a bunch of free throws down this stretch. Coleman fires it inside, and Copeland with the 2, no good. Jones with a rebound.
Well, Livingston's having some chances. They're missing some free throws. They're missing some easy shots. You can't do those things when you're down in a district championship trying to get back in the game.
Driving inside, Grasty kicks over to Celeste Reed. Another 3, no, but guess who got an offensive rebound? Ava Jones. Put back, no, well shielded by Mullins.
Yeah.
Now here comes Coleman and Butler. Over to Butler. Back to Coleman with a left-handed lay for 2.
I would have thought Ellie Butler would have shot that. What a nice, unselfish play. She could have tried to get the points. Instead, nice dish back Good basket there for Livingston Academy.
Wide open is Bella Winningham. Forget about it. A Domino's 3 for Winningham, her second of the game, and Sparta answers right back. Here's a little flip pass for Coleman. Throws up the runner. Good in the two-man game of Butler and Coleman starting to fire away for Hawkeye.
Yeah, pace is starting to pick up a little bit. Now you see both teams kind of getting into a flow. They're attacking the basket, and your big-time players are starting to play.
We saw that in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, things kind of got out of whack. Now back into the rhythm go both of these teams as Clark steps through, puts it up good, and you saw the fouls playing a role there as both Butler and Coleman couldn't get in the way, and Gracie Clark made them pay for 2.
Boy, the sophomore guards for White County, so impressive. Bella Winningham, first of all, you don't leave her just spotted up in the corner. I mean, she's a three-point marksman. There's got to be somebody in her face
question about
all the time. And then we're watching Grasty and Clark penetrate and hit those short jumpers. Either somebody's got to, slide over and go with that, or somebody's got to come off their man and pick them up. But you can't let them have those short jumpers like that.
This has been a fun game, but you look up at the scoreboard. The feel of the game is
it feels
one way.
like it's close.
You look up, and it's White County out in front 45-30. The talent of this White County team, they've been on this run so far. Still game not over yet. It's going to be Livingston basketball. Ellie Butler right now with 10 points, but Keely Mullins leads them with 14. Hasn't got a field goal yet in this third quarter. Not sure if she's attempted one yet in this third quarter for Livingston. Very balanced up and down the stat sheet for White County in this game. It's 11 points out of Ava Jones so far, 11 as well for Gracie Clark, and then 6 for Celeste Reed and Bella Winningham, and 2 for Piper Price. On the other side, Mally Jean Coleman with 4 points in the quarter. She's got 5 in the game, and then 1 for Cora Copeland. That's the scoring as we sit just past the midway point of this third quarter.
Well, you can tell White County is used to having a balanced scoring attack with Jones and Clark and Reed. And if you get some scoring from Grasty and some of the other places, from Winningham, man, that's a bonus too.
In transition, here's Sparta. Reed for 2, no. The putback, no again. Tipped around, Celeste Reed, just a monster in the lane. Extends it again. Now a mid-range runner up and good. Lakeland Grasty with the finish. She's up into 11 points, and Sparta's lead is ballooned to 17 here in this 7 AAA championship game. And now we're going to have a foul called, and it's going to go on Livingston for a moving screen. It goes on Mila Daly. And you just feel the deflation a little bit on that sideline over there as Sparta's starting to roll downhill.
Yeah, you kind of feel like L.A. may have just gave them their best punch, and Sparta weathered it.
Inside, there's Celeste Reed. Strong take, no good. Jones flies in and going to be called for a foul.
That's her 4th.
It's the 3rd, actually. She's got a long time without picking it up. And it's going to be
played this long with just 2 fouls?
Yes, there's 2 minutes into the game.
Wow.
She's played that long. So the 3rd going on Ava Jones, but now Livingston into the bonus. So Ellie Butler goes about 85 feet or so, and she will post up at the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, the only way Livingston's going to be able to get back in the game is if they continue to draw fouls and if they hit their foul shots.
Typically a phenomenal free throw shooter. Ellie Butler calmly deposits it through the twine. Remember, these two teams, the next time they could face each other would be in a hypothetical region championship game. One's going to get the loser of Marshall County, Lawrence County. That is the winner of this game gets the loser of that one. The loser of this game gets the winner of that one, as Butler's second one is good, and both will be at home. So Hogeye Country and Roy Sewell Gymnasium will be rocking on Friday night in the Region 4 3A tournament. Kicks over left side, driving through Gracie Clark. She is feeling it. Finishes again for 2 more. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. A 17-point lead again as Butler gets to her spot. Mid-range pull-up, and she got it. Look out. Ellie Butler starting to heat up from the field.
Well, that's her game. You know, when she spins to the right, she either drives to the basket or she can stop and pop that short jumper.
Now left side it goes for Gracie Clark. Clark back over to Grasty. Grasty slices through. Throws the runner up. No good. And another offensive rebound for Jones. Put back no. Knocked out of play, and it's going to stay on this end with White County.
Cora Copeland's got some good minutes, good playing time.
Stick around post-game. We'll have the Livingston Regional Hospital post-game show go through the scoring, have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game as Bella Winningham reigns in another Domino's three.
How many is that for her?
It's her third of the game, second of the half, and the lead is up to 18 for White County. Now driving inside, Mullins throws it up. No, got her own rebound though. Keely Mullins works it back. Mullins fires out to Coleman. Coach Dodgen just ran faster than he has in a decade over to the bench to get a couple of subs to the table. Now Coleman hesitates, now drives in, throws it up.
Drive.
No, Butler right there for the weak side putback.
You know, she gets a lot of those baskets because she hustles to the basket. She crashes the board for a rebound.
Thank you to Greg. Marshall County fell against Lawrence County tonight, 48-32. So the winner of this game gets Marshall County. Loser gets Lawrence County.
Okay.
Bella Winningham, left wing side, under a minute to go in the third quarter. Here's Gracie Clark working it around the world. Clark back to Grasty. Coleman steps up, playing with 3 fouls. She checks over to see if that 5-second clock is ticking, now gets closer. Winningham feeling it for 3. Got it! Front of the rim and through for Bella Winningham, and a big smile on her face as she reigns in another Domino's 3.
Man, when you are shooting the basketball and you are feeling it, the last two didn't, they hit the rim and they got the touch. I mean, that's when you know it's your night.
And I see her dad, Jason Winningham of Legacy Athletics, clapping his hands together. He loved that one. 20 seconds. Ellie Butler now in the mid-range. Is fouled on her way up. Winningham got called for it.
Yeah.
And Ellie Butler going to go to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, right now, White County is absolutely hitting on all cylinders. And just look at the 3 sophomore guards. Look at Winningham, look at Grasty, look at Clark. And if you look at their offensive production right now, I mean, it's incredible what those 3 guards have done. They've been the difference in the game. Yes, Celeste Reed, yes, Ava Jones, but it's these 3 guards that have absolutely dominated.
2 for 2 at the Birdies Lounge free throw line for Ellie Butler, and Coach Riddle going to save her with those 3 fouls for this final defensive possession. We've seen Coach Dodgen do that as well as Celeste Reed is on the bench. Here's Kyra Fox with it, sends over right side. Selby into Winningham in the corner. 8 seconds left. Selby back to Fox, 5 seconds. Back over to Winningham. She's trying to line it up. Drives, throws up the runner instead. No. Jones put back no. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. After 3, White County in command. 55-38. 1 quarter to go in the District 7 AAA tournament. We're presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
I'm looking for someone who can keep me comfortable, stay here for the long run, and definitely not high maintenance. Not right. Absolutely not. This one looks perfect.
Find your perfect match with Hiller. Get a free UV light with select new HVAC systems, 50% off a descaler with new tankless water heaters, or free surge protection with a new whole home generator.
Like that one too.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145.
1 quarter to go in the District 7 AAA tournament, and it's White County's to lose right now. They lead Livingston 55-38. Celeste Reed, the Miss Basketball finalist, has just 6 points, and they are up by 17 over a really good Livingston Academy team. It's been the sophomore guards getting it done as this one's tipped out of play, and it's going to go to Livingston. The 3 sophomores, Bella Winningham, Gracie Clark, and Lakeland Grasty, have been the difference in this game for White County, buddy.
Well, they really have. I mean, they're combined 36 points. You look at the rebounds, you look at the assists, you look at what they've done, and this trio has really, Celeste Reed hasn't had to do a whole lot because they've really dominated the game.
Mally Carwell, good to see her back in the ball game after taking a tough shot up high.
She's tough. She's
No
tough
doubt
like her
about
mama.
it. There you go. Right side, Chloe Jenkins kicks out Keely Mullins. Mullins thinking about it, now puts the dribble down. She drives inside. Mullins underneath and gets the call as Price kind of got that hand horizontal. First personal on Piper Price, and a trip to the line for Keely Mullins to shoot 2 at the Birdies Lounge free throw line.
Yeah, you see Ashlyn Selby in there. You see Price in there right now. You see some players getting some quality minutes here in a district championship. Coach Dodgen knows, this is the postseason now. I mean, you've got to have depth. You've got to have people who can come off the bench because you don't know when Ava Jones or Celeste Reed is going to get in foul trouble. So you've got to have some of these other players. Now's a great time to put them in. You're up by 15. They can make a mistake or two, and it's not going to hurt you.
2 for 2 for Keely Mullins. It's a 15-point game. Livingston can't erase a 15-point deficit, but they're going to need a lot to go their way. As Lakeland Grasty has it, Mally Jean Coleman playing that high-pressure defense now. Baseline pass, Price over the top, and a block and a foul. Keely Mullins caught the arm, so that'll be her second personal on a trip to the Wallace Insurance free throw line for Gracie Clark to shoot 2.
Well, Livingston's got the firepower. I mean, when you got Keely Mullins and you've got Ellie Butler on your team, you can score points. That's not the problem. The problem is keeping White County from scoring points. And when you've got that sophomore trio and Ava Jones and Celeste Reed, I mean, there's just too much firepower there. There's nobody you can stop.
2 for 2 for Gracie Clark at the stripe, back to a 17-point Sparta lead. Stick around post-game. We'll have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. We'll bring you the post-game trophy presentation as the 3 ball's up. No good for Mullins. Rebound down. Price has it. Knocked away. Mullins in a foot race now with Price. Goes out of play. Where's it going? It's staying with Livingston with 6:55 to go.
Yeah, Keely Mullins just continuing to play hard. Boy, she's just a junior. Ellie Butler's just a junior. I mean, these two teams would it be any surprise to see them playing again next year for the district championship?
Well, the only reason they wouldn't is because this district is so loaded.
So stacked.
Both teams that played earlier, Upperman has very few seniors as well. Stone Memorial playing great basketball right now. They're on the ascension as Butler triggers the 3, no good. And now knocked out of play as Carlisle went in to try to go get it. It'll go the other way to Sparta.
Out of the 4 teams that we've seen tonight, would it surprise anybody to see any of the 4 teams? Uh-oh. Celeste Reed coming out.
Yeah, and Celeste Reed got holding her face a little bit. So Mr. Ryan, the trainer for Sparta, will look at her, and a timeout's going to be called on the floor. And Reed holding her mouth and didn't see what happened there. But a full timeout's called on the floor, so we'll take it with him. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookville, delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Celeste Reed going to come out of the game here, at least for a while, and depending on how this game goes, maybe for good, buddy. As it's a 17-point game. Not insurmountable, but it's going to be a Herculean effort out of Livingston to be able to come back in this game.
Yeah, she took a shot to the face. Not sure if it was in the mouth or in the nose, wherever, but, no, would it surprise you that any combination of the 4 teams that played tonight to see playing in the region championship?
Nope, not at all. And the only travesty of it is all 4 of them are good enough to play in the sub-state round, but they won't because of their location. Is this one going to be saved in by Grasty? A foot race. Coleman wins it. Now Coleman with her eyes up. Butler running the floor. Coleman, good transition defense by Sparta. Butler steps through, and it's blocked by Jones. Went right back to Coleman. The putback, no. Butler with another rebound, and she is fouled. Piper Price picks up the personal, and Ellie Butler going to go to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, Butler, she's relentless when she gets the basketball around the goal. I mean, she's going to keep fighting for those rebounds. And Ava Jones, just another tremendous block.
Over 500 devices watching, nearly 600 devices watching on Facebook, over 300 devices watching on YouTube as the free throw is good for Butler. Uncounted number on the NFHS network. Continue to share along with us as Butler goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. She's back to 20 points once again here in this tournament. Safely on the all-tournament team.
Wow.
For Ellie Butler. Lakeland Grasky, there's going to be a tough choice for MVP of this tournament. Ava Jones with the basketball. She puts it down, now gives back to Grasty. Grasty, turnaround jumper, no, but a foul is called. This is going to be the 4th on Mally Jean Coleman. And a trip to the Wallace Insurance free throw line for Lakeland Grasty.
Well, anybody who loves high school basketball and can appreciate talent has got to appreciate what they're watching tonight. Just the talent on both of these teams. you know, we say it night in, night out, and you watch it throughout the season. But when you get into tournament time and everybody's watching and the spotlight really comes down to the teams in tournament play, you really can appreciate just how good these teams are, how good these coaches, how well coached they are. I mean, it really shines more in the postseason.
Grasty swipes that one out of play. Coleman on the attempt as Grasty split those free throws back to a 16-point game. Inbounds coming here from Allie Jean Coleman. Inbound right to Keely Mullins. Nice play, and Mullins finishes the two. That's 18 tonight for Keely Mullins.
She's had a good tournament, had 14 against Upperman, 18 tonight against White County.
Grasty drives inside, throws up the shot, no. Mullins with a rebound, and now pushing it in transition. Mullins, 14-point game. Mullins up and under, no. Rebound down to Ava Jones. Jones fires it ahead to Winningham. 2-on-1 at the hurry for Bella Winningham. Winningham fakes the pass, left-handed lay, no. Jenkins with the rebound, finds Mally Jean Coleman. Celeste Reed's back to the table. Full court feet ahead, looking for Carwile. Out of play, it'll stay with Livingston. And a 14-point game, that's probably a smart move for Coach Dodge, and as Livingston starting to get out in transition. Reed back in after, she's a tough young lady too,
she is.
No doubt about it.
You know she wants to be in there. She doesn't want to be sitting on the bench.
Inbounds goes to Butler. Turnaround jumper to mid-range.
Sweet.
Got it again. Down to a 12-point gap now.
Yeah.
It was 16 a moment ago. 5 minutes to go as Grasty brings it up, and Coach Dodgen just hit another level with the decibels over there. Senses this could be a pivotal moment as they try to close it out. Into Reed. Looking to back down. Turnaround jumper blocked by Mullins, but right there is Ava Jones for another putback.
You know, when you sit there on a block, that's what you're supposed to do. That's your job. You're supposed to block out. You're supposed to collect rebounds and stick them back.
Coleman gives off to Butler. Butler has it poked, gets it back. Turnaround jumper again. My goodness, Ellie Butler unconscious right now in the mid-range.
We have seen her since her freshman year be able to score in buckets, and she just has that factor, that scoring factor that some players just don't have, that she can score from anywhere, anytime, any place.
Yeah, there's a big fight happening in that low block, and Mullins trying to wrestle Reed out of there is going to pick up the personal. Coach Riddle is not happy.
She's begging for one.
Yeah,
if she gets out of this game without getting a technical, I'll be surprised.
It's that one. It's a good way of putting it. That's the third per team foul. Sometimes the coach just wants to make a point. Errant pass went right into the waiting arms of Ellie Butler. Look out. Butler and Coleman in transition. Butler drives, throws it up. No. Rebound, guess who? Ava Jones. And then flipped it overhead to Reed. Now wide open is Gracie Clark. Transition one way, transition the other.
Wow.
4-point swing for White County.
These teams are running the floor.
Now Butler wide open in the corner waiting. No good. Rebound down. Winningham with it. Was that the last gasp for Livingston Academy in this district championship game? Grasty over to Jones in the mid-range. Jones, baseline drive, open and finishes.
My goodness. A 6'3" player who can drive the baseline like that.
Back to a 16-point game. Livingston had it down to 12, and now Leslie Riddle calls timeout, a full timeout with 3:28 to go. We'll take one final 30-second break and come back with the finish. Don't go anywhere.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
.328 to go in the ball game. Livingston, they punched back, got it to 12, but then Sparta answered maybe the biggest sequence of this second half. A layup on one end doesn't go. Quick outlet pass the other way. Gracie Clark with a 2, and now back to a commanding lead for White County in this district title game, buddy.
That's because they run the floor so well. They get out in transition so well, and when they are running the floor and scoring in transition, it's just a team that you just can't beat. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. The guards are running the floor. Ava Jones, Celeste Reed running the floor, looking. As soon as they get a rebound, they look for the outlet passes, and the guards are already down the floor.
Keely Mullins trying to go up and under. No. Rebound tipped around, and it was last touched off the foot of Reed, so it's going to stay with Livingston. 3:20 to go. Stick around post-game. We'll have the Livingston Regional Hospital post-game show go through the scoring of the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, and we'll bring you the post-game award ceremony
the all-tournament team.
Correct. And then they'll give the plaque to the winners.
That's awesome.
I call it a trophy presentation. It's a plaque presentation, I guess.
Plaque
Mullins drives and the foul is called. Ava Jones going to pick up her 4th. Keely Mullins to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2.
Keely Mullins has had an outstanding tournament. She's really played well tonight. She came to play. She brought her A game tonight. And one of the reasons why Livingston has been in this game for so long, she was scoring points in the first and second quarter. Ellie Butler, fortunately, started kicking it in the second half. And the two of them, what a dynamic 1-2 punch that we're going to see again next year and still throughout this postseason.
2 for 2 for Keely Mullins. Yeah, this is not the end. Both of them will host
That's what's so great.
their region tournament openers on Friday night.
That's exciting.
Stone and Upperman will go on the road, and 8AAA is thinking, what in the world is going on over there? As they have to survey the landscape of this district, which is just so loaded year in and year out. But this year feels like just a monster of a district.
Well, with Stone Memorial being as surprisingly as good as they are, even with a losing record, I think that's what's going to, deceive a lot of people.
Looking back door, that one intercepted by Mullins, and a chance for Livingston to try to crack back into it. Mullins driving coast to coast. Keely Mullins, and it's blocked again.
Another block.
Ava Jones now running the floor is Bella Winningham, and she's going to slow it down.
Great, smart.
Reverse feed that one out of play. It's going to stay on this end, and Coach Dodgen says, no, we're killing the clock.
I know, even though there was 3 white jerseys calling for the basketball under the goal. He's saying, no, slow it down.
Inbound, no good. A fight for another rebound, and it goes out of play. It'll go to Livingston with 2:16 to go.
I mean, it's like telling a racehorse to slow down. You know what I mean? I mean, they can't stop scoring.
Allie Jean Coleman walks up, thought about raining it, and it's going to be a carry. Yeah, double dribble or a carry, either one. That Hezzy, the hand got underneath the basketball, and it'll go back to White County. We were happy to be here for this entire tournament. We'll be back tomorrow. Sparta against Stone Memorial in a boys game in the third place game, and then the championship game. Livingston and Upperman.
What a great matchup.
More caffeine. Don't expect to hear from me till about noon tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as they go right-sided, and that's going to be a travel on the other end. So it goes back to Livingston. Yeah, it's going to be a late night tomorrow again, so we're going to reset the sleep schedule just a little bit, but we'll have some fun. Thanks, Angel. We're happy to be here. We've had all this tournament. We have all the 7 single-A tournament, all the Cookeville games in the 7 4A tournament. We'd have every Upper Cumberland team covered, but unfortunately we can't film at Jackson County as the 3 ball is up and good. Rained home by Allie Jean Coleman. A Twin Lakes Tractor 3. Twin Lakes Tractor is your local Mahindra dealer. 1:45 to go in an 11-point game, and now here comes Coleman stepping up towards Lakeland Grasty. Grasty spins her around, now jump stops in the mid-range, good. Lakeland Grasty.
That was nasty.
An exclamation point on a potential district title for the Warriorettes. Coleman on the other end. Flips back and a foul, and that's Ava Jones' 5th. Her day is done now.
Is that it?
She had an unbelievable job. She picked up 2 in the first 2 minutes, and now with 1:26 to go has fouled out, and Coach Dodgen gives her a big round of applause. She was maybe the biggest difference maker in this game.
Very well could be your MVP of the district tournament right there.
Inbounds pass goes to Coleman. Allie Jean Coleman now fires it left side Carlisle. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We do have the infrastructure to be able to stream every Upper Cumberland postseason game. Just those little regulations got in the way this time. We're working on it. As Grasty walks across the timeline, 108. As evidenced by the fact we're on the NFHS network right now. Rising tide lifts all boats as Coach Dodgen calls timeout and wants to set up this final 104 of clock-killing procedure here.
Yeah, I mean, you're up by 13. There's a minute 4 left. It's just kind of a reminder of what you want to do here this last minute. You don't want to be sloppy with the basketball. You don't want to do anything that you haven't been doing the entire game. Just protect it. If they're going to foul, go to the free throw line. Otherwise, just protect the basketball. I mean, they can't score if they don't have the basketball. So, I mean, that's what it boils down to. There's no shot clock. You don't have to shoot the basketball if you don't have a good shot. Don't force anything. Just protect the basketball at this point.
Darian, appreciate this. Upperman's going to travel to Tullahoma. Stone Memorial will travel to Murfreesboro Central Magnet.
Okay.
If this result holds, which it looks like it will, Marshall County will travel to White County, and Lawrence County will travel to Livingston Academy on Friday night in the first round of the region tournament. Here in the half court, a little crossover for Grasty. 1 minute to go And Livingston not fouling, and now Coleman gets in there, disrupts it on the floor, still fighting for it. They're wrestling for it, and a foul on Mally Jean Coleman. That's going to be her 5th, so her day is done. And this will be the 4th team foul against Livingston with 48.5 seconds to go.
Well, we kind of figured how this was going to play out is Livingston is going to have to go for a steal or foul. And that's just, that's part of it. That's what you have to do.
And a well-earned round of applause from Mally Jean Coleman. It was a tough matchup tonight for her, and she fought her tail off, as did everybody on the floor.
Yeah.
This is a hard-fought basketball game tonight.
There's a double team.
There's the double team and a foul. This is the 5th, so a trip to the lineup coming here for Gracie Clark to shoot 2 at the Wallace Insurance free throw line.
That must have been on Poston. I think it was.
Yeah, it was on Emma Poston. That's her 2nd, team's 5th, and Clark sets up at the stripe, 45.4. Yeah, it'll be the score may end up being a double-digit victory, but these two teams left it out there tonight this district title. First one is good for Gracie Clark. Next one up, good as well. 2 for 2 for Clark. 68-53 the score. Posting going to bring it up here.
Well, the good thing for Livingston is, this might be a loss that stings a little when you lose in the district championship, but you're still hosting a region game. You've got at least one more game on your home floor, and if you're able to host a sectional game, you could have 2 more.
And this is going to be a foul call on Ashlyn Selby. So a trip to the Birdies Lounge free throw line to shoot 2 here for Emma Poston. And if 7 AAA sweeps, which is certainly a possibility, that could make it interesting. You could have a district tournament or a region tournament back in here or somewhere else, I don't know, in the Upper Cumberland, but it could flip because there's no reason for all 4 Upper Cumberland teams to travel to Tullahoma,
which is
where it will be. If an 8 AAA team wins, without a doubt, it will be at Tullahoma for the remainder of the region tournament, which is a good gym there in Tullahoma. It's just a while away from all of us up here.
It's a ways.
Now, Livingston trying to double team, 22 seconds, stepping through. Now there's a tie-up and a jump. The arrow belongs to Livingston. Lady Cats are not going quietly tonight. They're fighting to the bitter end.
As would be expected.
Could be another meeting in the cards between these two teams. Really between any of the 7 AAA teams that are remaining. As Butler gets it in. Mullins works it over right side. Mullins bounces for Poston, 14 seconds. Emma Poston drives and kicks. Chloe Jenkins. Now Butler in the mid-range. Butler backing down Clark. Turnaround shot, no. Gracie Clark with a rebound. 4 seconds left, and that will do it. The White County Warriorettes are the District 7 AAA tournament champions. The regular season champs win the tournament as well. Final score, White County 68, Livingston 55. We welcome you in to the Livingston Regional Hospital post-game show. Livingston Regional, your hometown hospital. Hard-fought basketball game tonight. Physical game between these two teams, but ultimately now the 29-2 Warriorettes with too much firepower tonight.
Well, they looked every bit the number 1 seed in this entire tournament. They took care of business against Stone Memorial. They wound up with a 13-point win over Livingston. That's the largest margin that they've beaten Livingston by this season. They had 2 good games during the regular season, and really the trio of sophomore guards, the length of Ava Jones, and really Celeste Reed, just her presence. She didn't have a big night scoring-wise. She had some good rebounds. She made some good passes, but it was just the guard play tonight that really – and the way White County got out in transition, they really ran the floor so well, played really good defense. They got great rebounds. They did an awesome job. Congratulations to the White County Warriorettes, Mike Dodgen. First district championship since 2020 when they beat Ray County in the 6th AAA district championship.
Final score, White County 68, Livingston Academy 55. Scoring from the game is as follows. Then we'll bring you the awards ceremony. 20 points for Keely Mullins, 24 points for Ellie Butler. Leads all scorers tonight. 8 for Mally Jean Coleman, 2 for Emma Poston, and 1 for Cora Copeland. We'll bring you through the rest of the scoring after this. We'll open up the open air mic so you can hear the award ceremony here as we continue on with the Livingston Regional Hospital postgame show.
From Butler, Gracie Butler. From Stone Memorial, Courtney Edgerton. From White County, Gracie Clark. From Livingston Academy, Keely Mullins. From White County, Lakeland Cranston. From Livingston Academy, Mally Coleman. From White County, Bella Winningham. From White County, Celeste Freeman. And your District 7 3A, MVP. Sorry. From Livingston Academy, Ellie Butler. And now for your MVP, District 7 3A, Ava Jones. Round of applause for our alternate team. At this time, we'd like to recognize our District 7 3A runner-up, Livingston Academy. And now, your District 7 3A champions, White County Warriors.
There are the White County Warriorettes, the District 7 AAA tournament champions. We went through the scoring for Livingston Academy before we brought you that award ceremony. Let's go through it for the tournament champion Warriorettes. Gracie Clark led them tonight with 19 points, 15 for Ava Jones, 14 for Lakeland Grasty, 12 for Bella Winningham, all from behind the arc with Domino's threes, 6 tonight for Celeste Reed, and 2 for Piper Price, for a team total of 68. Ava Jones was the MVP of this tournament, well-deserved, but within this particular game tonight, it's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. You have a host of options, Buddy Pearson, but who's it going to this evening?
And there was just some outstanding performances, but I'm telling you what, Gracie Clark, she impressed me. I thought she played outstanding. She was a general on the floor, directing the transition, hitting shots. Really, those trio of guards, Bella Winningham, Gracie Clark, Lakeland Grasty, they were huge, but my player of the game was Gracie Clark.
Gracie Clark, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Next up, Livingston Academy. They fall to 20-11 on the season. They'll be at home in Hogeye Country on Friday night in Durwood Vaughan for Lawrence County, coming to town at 17-12. And then on Friday night in Sparta, Roy Sewell Gymnasium. I'm sure will be a madhouse as the 29-2. Maybe we'll have to check this. Certainly one of the earliest teams in the state trying to get victory number 30 of the campaign. They will host 16-11 Marshall County at home on Friday night. We also know Upperman will travel to Tullahoma on Friday.
Yep.
Stone Memorial will travel to Murfreesboro Central Magnet on Friday as well. Absolutely, we want him. Michael Dodgen going to take the headset. We still got a big crowd tuning in, so why not? Buddy will pass the headset over to Coach Dodgen. We still got a big crowd tuning in, so absolutely we want to talk to Coach Dodgen. Congratulations on your district tournament championship here tonight. We were talking at halftime or into that third quarter. It felt like Livingston was playing really well, and you guys were still stretching the lead. What was the key for your girls to get this win tonight?
We answered every run that they had. I thought we did a good job of executing. We still, and I've just got to let them go. I keep saying, whoa, 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 and we can't whoa, whoa, whoa. We got to go. We're just not built that way. But I was really proud of our kids. I thought Ashlyn Selby, again, I thought we got great effort off our bench again tonight to counterpart what the starting five did. Bella Winningham knocked down some big shots in the third quarter. I thought Gracie Clark was very good defensively tonight after the first quarter. I thought she did a good job. Celeste and Ava are just Celeste and Ava, man. They're a tough load. They get picked on quite a bit, but they're a tough load. And Lakeland Gratsky stepping up after, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know she was going to play. She took a pretty hard spill. But it'll be fine. She'll be good, and we'll just roll with it and go. But I'm proud of our kids. This district's so tough and just so many good teams, man. It's a gauntlet. You get a little bit of a break on Friday, but not too much of a break.
To that point, and she certainly had a big impact on the game, Celeste, but in a game in which you have a missed basketball finalist, only score 6 points, and you win by 13 against a team as good as Livingston, walk me through the contribution, particularly those three sophomore guards who we thought all night long were just critical for you as you stretched the lead throughout the game.
Well, I'm not being facetious when I say this, but I learned a lot from Bill Worrell.
Absolutely.
If as much were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Everybody that questioned our guards early on, they've rose to the occasion every single time, and they get better every time we play. Do they make mistakes? Absolutely. But they got better every time we play. And you know what? I'm really, really proud of that group of kids in there. And, mission 1's completed. Now we got to go get mission 2, which is what starts Friday. But, these young kids, they're not sophomores anymore. They're juniors. They've got a lot of experience, and they've just got to keep getting better every time they step on the floor.
The one thing you haven't done this year is playing an elimination game. You have that on Friday night. You get it in your home gym against Marshall County. What's the key for sustaining the level of play, and what do you have to do knowing that just naturally the pressure increases when the season's on the line?
Well, you just got to go do what you do. You don't change anything. You go do what you do. They got to guard you. The familiarity, they're going to have to come into our gym and play. And that's a long trip. We didn't start till midnight tonight, so I had looked about going down there to watch them play, and it was going to be 2.5 hours back, so I couldn't have made it back.
Would have been close.
Been close. I'd have probably got here at the tip and been fine. But, no, I'm proud of our kids, and we just got to enjoy this tonight, but it's time to get work tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, he's Michael Dodgen, Warrior victorious.
Guys.
Thanks, Coach. Always good to have a coach come and jump on the headset postgame. Big win for the Warriorettes tonight. We have another big night tomorrow night here in this gym. Stone Memorial against Sparta to open up the night. And listen, that's a Mr. Basketball finalist that's going to be going on the road. The question is where tomorrow, and a Sparta team that's beaten Stone once, pushed them in Crossville. Should be a really good first game. And then the nightcap, Livingston Academy and Upperman. Can anyone – it's kind of similar to the girls where there had been a separation towards the end of the season of White
Right.
County on that girls' side. Upperman's boys have separated themselves in the middle of this long win streak. Can Livingston, their arch rival, they've been known to get them in the postseason. Can they add one more here on this floor, or is it a coronation tomorrow for the Upperman Bees? I don't know, but we're going to find out in about 24 hours.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, if Livingston brings the enthusiasm and excitement they brought into that semifinal game against Stone Memorial, where they pretty much held Cade Capps well below his 29-point average, but with that Upperman team, they've got so many other weapons. They've got so many. They got Ty Cobb. They've got the quarterback Bronston Chaffin, and they've got the Roberts kid. I mean, they've got so many different ways to come at you, and they've got the rebounding, and I mean, it's just Bobby McWilliams has this team playing its best basketball right now. Now Livingston. Great job. I mean, making it to the championship. I think if you said that it was going to be Livingston in the championship, it was like, really? Okay. So that means either Stone or.
And they did it in pretty convincing fashion against Stone Memorial
they did.
On Saturday. And listen, one thing we do know, there'll be no intimidation coming out of Jimmy Miller's locker room. They're going to be ready to go tomorrow night.
Come on. They're playing Upperman, man. I mean, it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war between Livingston and Upperman, and that's what it should be, and it's going to be an outstanding basketball game.
First game at 7:30, boys game to follow at 9 p.m. Back live on the UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS Network. Myself and Randy Wallace will have all the action from the Hooper Eblen Center. In our first game tonight, it was Stone Memorial knocking off Upperman to take third place in the girls' tournament. And in the nightcap, the White County Warriorettes capture the 2024 District 7 AAA Tournament Championship. Final score, Sparta 68, Livingston 55. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area. Goose hit double duty tonight. Because of the late start, we've got coverage from Jackson County tonight in 5 AA and 7 AAA. Hardest working man in sports is Michael Lindsay. That's coming to the website later on tonight. We'll talk to you all in about 20 hours or so here at the Hooper Eblen Center. Until then, I think it's still night, nearly morning.